Tell us a little bit about it. I know I haven't had a chance to hear it because I believe it's pretty fresh.
It's a brand new one. It's all instrumental. So it's my second all instrumental record. And this one was interesting to me because I began it stubbornly convinced that I was not going to play guitar melodies.
Right.
Because I thought there is a barrier. And the barrier on one side is vocalists, and their domain is melodies.
Yeah.
On the other side is guitarists, and their domain is heavy riffs and blues-based, frightening solos.
Yeah.
And there shall be no passing in between this barrier.
Yeah.
And the reason I put that is I've always been afraid, and am still afraid, of sounding anything like Kenny G.
Right.
Don't
be afraid.
Yeah, and he's an example of a instrumentalist who plays vocalish type melodies, on a musical instrument. That's not a voice. Yeah. And I just didn't want to be like that.
Right.
But I started to hear melodies in my head, and I thought, well, if it's there, I'll give it a try. Yeah. And as the record went on, there were more and more melodies, and at the end of it, I embraced the melody. Yeah. And really enjoyed doing that. And some of it, I actually put my guitar down, and I would just sing. I'd have a backing track, so I knew the groove, I knew the key, knew the general sound of the song. But I would sing, just ideas until I had something I liked. I'd record it, my voice, and then I'd pick the guitar up and figure out what I sang. And the way I phrase when I sing is totally different than the way I phrase when I play guitar. And so it really led me to a lot of new places that I wouldn't have found with the guitar. And that was really a pleasure because it's, if any guitar player's been playing 30 years, you want to find some new stuff. You're tired of the old licks.
I understand. And we've still got some Paul Gilbert classic shred on there as well, I'm assuming?
Well, I can't avoid that.
No.
That oozes through the cracks no matter what.
Where can we get the record?
Oh, where can you get it?
Yeah, where can we get it?
Anywhere fine CDs are sold.
Can we buy it online? Is it on
you can get it on Amazon or
your website?
Yeah, no, because my website's purely entertainment. Okay. And also, it's the first album where I've used my Marshall Vintage Modern. So please check out the tones.
Yes.
And if you're a guitar player, make sure you do this often.
Why?
It's so much fun.
Oh, okay, good. Actually, I did want to ask you about your soul bender. That was one thing.
I've got an assortment of pedals. The soul bender is more of almost an overdrive that adds like a tone all the way down.
Okay.
Sort of a mellow, Whereas the OCD is more of a trebly.
Nice.
And then there's crazy whooshy things like and I love any box that goes whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. It sounds like something between a phaser and a
that's a chorus.
It doesn't. Yeah. It sounds not like a classic chorus, doesn't it? It's got a kind of an odd psychedelic.
That's what I want. All the psychedelics.
Nice. And the Star Wars pedal, is that called an R2-D2 or something?
Oh, this one my flanger is so noisy that it needs a loop pedal to turn it on and
off. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So that's just
And your EQ, is that really?
I actually use it to turn the guitar down.
Right.
Because a lot of times I use the volume and the pickup selector to turn the guitar down a little bit to clean it up. Mm-hmm. But this just sucks out the mid-range a little bit, so it cleans it up even more. Oh. So if I need to whip into, from having it's amazing how it transforms a distorted amp into something nice and clean.
That's nice, because you can drop the level, and that's just your little tuner there, I guess.
A tuner, power supply, lots of cables velcroed down.
And as always, the curly chord.
Must have a curly chord so you don't trip over yourself.
Well, Paul, listen, as I said ago, thank you for giving us that little bit of extra time on the pedal board. It's been great speaking to you today. You're very gracious, nice person as always, and we're very grateful at Lick Library for your time and your knowledge. And we wish you all the best in the future. And we're all going to go out and buy your record.
Thank you
Thanks very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, London. Rock and roll.